Our lead story today takes us to the heart of the Middle East, where a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has just been given a stark warning by US President Donald Trump. He has declared that if Hamas fails to honor the Gaza truce deal, it will face eradication. The ceasefire, brokered in part by the US, is already under strain, as the militants are accused of delaying the handover of hostages' bodies and parts of the agreement remain unresolved. Trump addressed reporters at the White House saying, "We made a deal with Hamas that they're going to be very good, they're going to behave, they're going to be very nice, and if they're not, we're going to go and we're going to eradicate them if we have to. They will be eradicated and they know that." Let's unpack what this means. First, the background. The deal aims to end years of conflict in the Gaza Strip, culminating in hostages release, a ceasefire, and plans for future governance and demilitarization. Hamas is reportedly committed to parts of the agreement, but major components, especially disarming and handing over control, remain contentious. Second, President Trump's warning signals a major shift in tone. He is giving Hamas a chance to comply. But the message is clear: should the group breach the deal, a serious, possibly forceful response will follow. He also explicitly stated that while American forces won't necessarily go in, Israel could act swiftly with US support. In addition, you have Israel who would go in 2 minutes if I ask them to go in. Third, the implications. For one, this puts intense pressure on Hamas. They must make visible progress or risk being treated as a failed party to the agreement. For Israel, this creates a pathway to justify further action if the deal unravels. For the US, this is a demonstration of diplomatic leverage and readiness to enforce terms, not just negotiate them. Fourth, the risks. If Hamas resists, we could see an escalation, either renewed fighting, a collapse of the truce, or a forced remilitarization of the conflict. Civilians in Gaza remain vulnerable. Humanitarian access, displacement, and security all will be at stake. At the same time, if US-Israel move ahead prematurely, the region could spiral further into chaos. Finally, what to watch next? Whether Hamas takes concrete steps, returning all hostages' bodies, handing over weapons, and allowing new governance structures, whether Trump and Israel will follow through on that eradication threat, or whether diplomacy prevails instead. How regional players respond. Arab states, Egypt, Qatar, many are already engaged in the process, and how they react to further threats or actions, and how humanitarian situation holds any collapse of the deal will further impact civilians in Gaza and neighboring regions. This is more than just rhetoric. It is a turning point. The United States, via President Trump, has set a clear ultimatum: comply with the Gaza deal or face eradication. The next few weeks will show whether that's a credible threat or simply bold talk. Stay with us for more updates on this developing story.